Yo, what's up? It's Dekker. I'm a Holiday one trick, and I've made and popularized the combo Holiday playstyle, and I'm going to be showing y'all how to play that today. Now, before we get started, something always to remember is that this game is a work in progress, so a lot of the things that I might show you may not work in the future. For example, recently, there was a change to rapid recharge. It used to make it where you could throw a barrel every 2 seconds with it, but now it's every 3 seconds. So things like that will make timings different over time and see how everything turns out. Now to start off, Holiday's barrel, this is where 90% of your damage is going to be coming from and where a lot of your power spikes in the beginning of the game are going to come from. Throw it, it rolls, and it'll explode after a little bit. You can speed that up by shooting it or by meleeing it. When you melee it, it'll explode on the next surface that it hits after you melee it. It also works the same way if you jump. So by not jumping, it just goes like that. You can aim it wherever you look as long as you jump. Your barrel is also affected by your own velocity. If I dash forward and barrel, it's going to go a lot farther than if I'm just standing still. It also affects your regular barrel, so if you dash forward and throw it, it's going to go a lot faster. Same if you IAD forward, going to go a lot faster. Now it works backwards as well, but only if you IAD, and it'll roll backwards. If you try and dodge, I'm going to throw it forward. Now, what if we want the barrel to stay still? Well, we could IAD backwards, but it's still going to roll backwards. If we try and jump and throw it, it's just going to explode immediately. And if we hit one, it's going to go forward. So, what we do is, we look down. Or up. Now, when we do that, there's going to be times where you'll see it'll roll like that. Or, it'll roll like that. So, we take into the velocity mechanic, and we move backwards while we're doing it. Making it completely still. Every time. Now, if there's an enemy in the air per se, we can also shoot the barrel when it's near them. You can get some pretty cool clips and kill some flyers by doing that. Now, Holiday's 2, her bounce pad. Throw it down, you go on it, you bounce, you slam, and you do damage. If you try and use that same bounce pad again, you will not have any damage. And you'll notice something. If I go on this bounce pad, and I try and strafe, it's normal movement. But, if I do it with a fresh bounce pad, you have 100% air control. Now, mastering Holiday's bounce pad is a skill of its own. I recommend looking at Ilaria's videos. Now, there are a few cool things you can do with Holiday's bounce pad that are pretty simple. If you walk up to a wall and put no inputs after, and place down a bounce pad, you will be in the bounce pad, but you won't trigger it yet. Now, from here, you can do multiple things. You can hit S, and you'll just do a regular bounce away like that. You can hit dash and your movement key. But what I like to do the most is throw in a wall bounce with it. And that'll send you the farthest. Now, when you set it down, you can also input a dash the second you run into it. Whatever direction. Including backwards. Your third ability, Crackshot. I have a mod on so it says Desperado, but it's called Crackshot. You do a headshot, it does more damage, and then it goes on cooldown. Pretty simple. Now her fourth and final ability, her ultimate, Spirit Lasso. You hit them with the lasso, and you can pull them wherever you go. The higher upgrade, the longer you can pull them. Of course, this works with items like superior duration. By going on a bounce pad, you extend the lasso duration by 1 second. And you can't melee or shoot while in the lasso, but you can use your other first two abilities, like, of course, your bounce pad to extend it, and your barrel. As you can see where I'm going with this. That is a true Holiday combo with the right items, and of course, if they don't have the right items, that is a true combo. Your max barrel gives an added 0.4 seconds of displacement on every barrel, meaning every barrel that they get hit with They get a little bit of CC in it. Now, if they have things like Dispel Magic, Counterspell, things that are going to make your items have less status effects on them, of course, that combo is going to be a lot harder to use. But, and like I said, if you have the right items, they don't have the right items, this is very doable to do in game. But let's start with the basics. Holiday combos have like 3 segments to each combo. You have the engagement, the combo itself, and then most of the time you have to finish off the kill. Every good engagement should preferably come from somebody that's not expecting the combo. Either you're hiding somewhere, you're on high ground, you're more likely to get a lasso on somebody that's not expecting a lasso. But to help with that, always throw a barrel before, because like we said before, that displacement is going to make it a lot easier to hit that lasso, because they're not going to be able to be moving as much, and of course that's going to make it inherently easier to get a lasso. Before you engage, you also want to realize what cooldowns you have. You're not going to be able to hit a combo and kill somebody with 1 barrel, 1 pad, and 0 stamina. You know what I mean? Everything in your kit needs to be managed as a resource, including your stamina and your health. You also want to worry about who you're lassoing. If you're lassoing somebody with counterspells, somebody with debuff removers, somebody with movement abilities like bats or Mirage's TP, you want to play around those abilities. If I'm engaging somebody with counterspell, I'm going to try and bait out that counterspell so they don't counterspell my lasso. It's a lot better for me to get counterspelled with a barrel rather than my ultimate. Same thing with Mina. If Mina has her bats up, I want to try and bait out her bats so I can get an easier lasso. And of course, things like movement debuffs will always help with that, but you always want to have that in the back of your mind when you don't have those items. You also want to be aware of your positioning and when you're going for lassos. Getting a lasso on your walker is always going to be easier than getting a lasso on an enemy walker. And that goes with enemy territory in general. Are you going to be able to get a solo kill, or are you getting baited and you're going to end up getting jumped? Before we start with the combos, things like stamina mastery, rapid recharge, absolutely must on this hero. Of course, spirit items. This is a mainly spirit playstyle, but you can play gun on it too. This is my gun hybrid build that I do with it. After we get a lasso, we always want to hit a bounce pad, because that's going to extend our time in the lasso, making us more free to get to teammates, do a combo, do whatever we need to do with our lasso. So step 1, lasso, and then bounce pad. Preferably, we want to dash to that bounce pad. That's going to give us a closer time to the ground, and if you do it perfectly, you're going to be able to get to the ground a lot faster while keeping that extended lasso time. Now, after we do the bounce pad, of course, this is a combo video. We're not taking them to our fucking teammates. We're going to kill them ourselves. So, when we lasso them, we want to do a stationary barrel after we have no momentum. Because if we do it too early, it's going to start rolling forward because we didn't cancel out our momentum. Make sure we cancel our momentum. And when I mean canceling our momentum, I just mean make it where we're not slowing down anymore, we're actually moving backwards. Now when you do that, there's a few things you can do after that. You can either shoot the barrel or run them into the barrel. Like so. Or now there's a way we can shortcut that. We can do it backwards, because our momentum is already getting canceled if we do a backwards bounce pad. There's no need to walk backwards if we're already moving backwards. So that'll make it where our barrel will be able to come out much, much earlier. And also, it will make it much, much easier for us to collide the enemy with the barrel, which makes it much, much easier for us to get to our next barrel, which we can either do at the end of our combo or have out of our combo to finish off the kill. Now, if you do it the minute you hit the bounce pad going backwards, you will have enough time to put another barrel down before your lasso ends, which you will have to shoot. Now that is currently the best base combo you can do. And what I mean by base is that you can add in active items such as Outflame, Knockdown, whatever you want to do, right? And add those into your combo. Right. Another trick with Holiday's Barrel is that its movement is based off of where you are facing. So if I'm facing forward, of course I'm going to throw it forward. But if that barrel would have hit something and bounce in the air, and I was looking a different direction, it would come a different direction. Let's say a bounce pad. just a neat little trick. You used to be able to do some trick shots with these, but the rapid recharge adjust, it's not really as doable as it was before. Still probably doable, but you know. But I hope this helped a lot. I know y'all have been asking for this guide for a minute now, and happy combos.